What is going on, my super sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today I'm bringing another Rhymestyle, almost says Dragon Ball Q&A. Rhymestyle Q&A, I think this is number 8. If you're new to this, I have to announce it in every single video because there are new people sometimes. Just drop a comment below, and then next time I do a Q&A, which is once every few weeks, I'll grab questions from this video and do on the next one. So if you want to be potentially the next Q&A, just drop any question below, regardless of whether or not it was asked before. I'll answer questions multiple times. So without further ado, let's go to the first question. First question comes from Micah Friend, and he wants to know, why can't we send you PlayStation 4 friend requests? Okay, well, that's actually a good question because a lot of people always message me. They say, I sent you a question or I sent you a comment or a message on PS4. I sent you a friend request. I can't find you or whatever. I actually shut off my PS4 friend request functionality a long time ago. When I got my PS4 originally, like 2 years ago or a year ago, whenever I got it, I basically added everybody. I accepted every person that added me, and it kind of screwed my friend list up actually. For about 6 months, it made it actually inaccessible, and I couldn't use it at all. And I had to actually wait for Sony to fix that. And then once they fixed it, I just decided to completely shut it off because people always message me, and then I realized that on my PS4, I actually probably get more questions than on anything. More than on YouTube, more than on Twitter, more than anything. And I am never able to respond to it just because it's a lot more difficult to actually go through PS4's inbox and type out every single message on, or type out every single message on a PS4 controller. And because of that, I decided to just completely shut it off just because, again, it was a kind of a pain to deal with. So that's why I shut that off. So if you want to add me on PS4, it's just off. As far as playing with people, I was announced on Twitter at Rhymestyle whenever I do games like on Xenoverse battles and things like that. So the best way to interact with me on a PS4 level, I guess, is to just follow me on Twitter and just keep an eye out when I say, hey, my random battle for Storm 4 or Xenoverse is open, the lobby is open, let's fight. But as far as doing like an individual per message basis, it just doesn't really work that well, so that's why I have it shut off. So I hope that makes sense. Next question comes from Mark Populek, and he says, Rhymestyle Xenoverse 2 can come out this year if maybe they kept the production secret. But that mean that they could have started development somewhere in 2015. Well, to kind of address that, I kind of spoke about this before. Xenoverse 1 was still technically in production until about, I want to say, July of 2015. So for the first 6 months after the game came out, or I guess 5 months, or maybe 5 to 6 months, actually the DIMS team was working on DLC and keeping the game up, fixing bug patches and things like that. So it's not that Xenoverse 2 is in development secretly. They were actually still working on Xenoverse 1. So because of that, we probably will not see Xenoverse until at least, or Xenoverse 2 at least until 2017. I would not be surprised if it gets announced at E3 this year or even at Jump Fest at the end of the year. But as far as getting the game this year, I highly doubt it. We'll get something else. In this case right now, Project Fusion was announced a couple of weeks ago, and for all we know, they might announce something else. Maybe a different game in between. I have no idea. But as far as DIMS, they were definitely working on Xenoverse 1 DLC at least up until the middle of last year. And I know personally from my relationship with Bandai that the DIMS team was actually slammed. They were super slammed with Xenoverse stuff for a long time. I mean, that's why Xenoverse DLC 2 and 3 were delayed by so long. So yeah, it's not that it's developed in secret, it's just that they were still working on the first game. Next question comes from just Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan, no name. You should probably have a name when you think so it's better and easily identifiable on YouTube or something, I don't know. How many hours do you have logged in DBXV? I actually don't know how to check that. If I were to take a guess, I would probably say in the hundreds. I have every single character on my slot, except for one, is at least level 85. I have 2 at level 99 and 1 at like level 90. So you know how long it takes to reach level 99. So that kind of gives you an example of how much time I put into it. Definitely hundreds of hours. Like I said, not only did I play that game for my YouTube channel, but I also play for fun. So it's easily by far the most logged in terms of hours of any DB game out there. So I hope that answers your question, kind of. I don't know the exact specifics, but it's a bunch. Next question comes from Mr. Erman5112, and he wants to know, hey Ryan, do you know about the Dragon Ball Multiverse fan comic? And if so, what do you think of it? I know of the comic, I've never actually read it, and the reason why is because it's weird. I'm not a big fan of fan-made stuff outside the Dragon Ball universe, outside like the main Dragon Ball universe. And when I say about main Dragon Ball universe, I'm talking about Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT. Anything that's been done outside of like Absalom, for example, or the Multiverse comic, I was never a big fan of, but I also didn't really look into it that much. I mean, I watched Absalom, and that one I know I didn't like. Not because it sucked or anything, just my personal opinion, I just didn't really enjoy it for whatever reason. As far as the Multiverse comic, I can't really speak on it just because I never actually read it. I know what it is, but I don't really know much about it. I probably should check it out because for all I know, it could be amazing and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm gonna check it out after this. But what do you guys think about the Multiverse comic? Who actually reads it? Comment below, and maybe you guys can convince me to check it out. I don't know. Artiga Boys wants to know, what anime would you like to be made into a game? Me, I want to see Death Note. Hey, like Yagami. Actually, Death Note is definitely one that I would love to see. And the way or the format that I see Death Note really working well is the whatchamacallit, I'm blanking out. The Walking Dead Telltale's game, Death Note. How amazing would it be if Telltale's game took the Death Note concept and instead of following the journey of light, because we know how it ends, they give the Death Note to someone else. Because for all we know in the Death Note universe, I'm sure Shinigami can easily come back and just drop a Death Note into you know, that world again. And this time, you know, you take control of the Death Note. Like, you are the Death Note owner. We briefly talked about this a couple of weeks ago, actually a couple of months ago now, in a separate video, and I think that'd be a really amazing game. And I want to ask you guys as well, what anime game or what anime would you want to see get made into an anime game, and how would it work? Comment below. But Death Note in the form of Telltale games could be a lot of fun. Just thinking about it makes me excited, but sadly it probably will never happen, just because I feel like the anime companies in Japan are just so like far in the past as opposed to what 2016 standards are, and I feel like even if Telltale's reached out to them, they probably would say no for whatever reason. So I don't know. I mean, we can dream, who knows, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. By the way, check out this awesome card I got. I went to a store the other day. I bought some food, and they had these like Dragon Ball Heroes like candies or whatever, and it came with one card. And I got this Vegeta card, like I unboxed it, and I figured, you know what, this could be fun to put into my phone case, because my phone case is clear, and it's just kind of like, this is my phone case now. Pretty badass. Kind of random, I know. Next question comes from Baronsky Entertainment, or ENT. How excited are you for the new Attack on Titan game? I'm actually very excited. Regardless of if the game's going to be easy or not, I know I will like that kind of game. I've always been a fan of the games that Koei Tecmo puts out, even though they get pretty repetitive. I don't care how easy Attack on Titan is going to be or how repetitive it's going to be. I'm going to play the hell out of it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to have fun with it. And that's all that's important. Because I know a lot of people in the anime community tend to be really critical about the games before they even come out. And even after they come out, yeah, they might have a lot of things wrong with them. But when it comes down to anime games, they're never perfect. They're always far from perfect, but they always, you know, they always accomplish the job that they set out to, and that is to or bring joy to the people who are fans of that anime. In this case, I like Attack on Titan. You know, I've been reading the manga, even though the manga kind of fell off where the season ended. I still like the Attack on Titan anime, and I guess the series, and I'm definitely very hyped and excited to play this game when it comes out this year. Mr. Ninja Star 75 wants to know, hey Rhymestyle, how would you feel if excuse me, about a One Punch Man video game, and how do you think it should be handled? I talked about this again a couple of weeks ago as well. I think my last Q&A maybe possibly, I don't know. A One Punch Man game should work in two formats. Either one, a fighting game kind of like the Naruto Storm series, you know, CC2 can make it, or something that's flashy. I mean, the thing about One Punch Man is if you do a One Punch Man game, it should have a lot of like visuals, and I feel like CC2 does a good job. Like, their games are pretty simple, but they do a good job in terms of visuals, and that's what I would want with a game like One Punch Man. The other option I see is a Dynasty Warriors format, where it's basically Saitama, Genos, or whichever character you play as from the universe, facing up against many opponents. Imagine like for example, the last episode in the format of a level where it's a bunch of aliens and you find them in a Dynasty Warriors format. That would be a lot of fun, and I would definitely play it. Even though, again, One Punch Man games, or not One Punch Man games, excuse me, Dynasty Warriors games get pretty repetitive, but at the end of the day, they're still pretty fun, and I still end up playing every single version of them, no matter how many of them they make every couple years, so I'll play that. Travis Shock wants to know, are you going to do some type of series of Storm 4? Yes, 2 actually. I actually get the game tomorrow. The game's going to be here tomorrow in my mailbox. Big shout out to Banana Namco. I'm going to do 2 actually. The first series is going to be a Let's Play on my second channel. If you want to watch the full series, which I'm going to upload pretty much the whole thing this week when the embargo is lifted, so prepare for an onslaught of videos. That's going to get posted starting this Thursday. As far as my main channel, I'm only going to do fights. As I said, my second channel is always going to be about actual Let's Plays and stuff. So me playing games, nothing really too discussion worthy. I mean, I might ask questions here and there, but for the most part, the second channel is solely for Let's Plays. And I'll post a whole Let's Play of Stone 4 over there. As far as my second channel, my main channel, I'll do fights. So like random battles and stuff like that. I'll mix them in there with Xenoverse here and there. So expect a bunch of random fights with you guys with this game on the PS4, of course, because that's the platform I'm on, over the next couple weeks. So that's the plan I have there. Pierre wants to know, do you think they'll bring back old characters like Bardock or Future Trunks in Super? And no, I don't think so. I don't ever remember if Toriyama ever brought back any characters outside of Frieza, for example. And because of that, I just don't think they'll bring back Bardock or future Trunks. It just wouldn't really make much sense. I mean, Trunks is like probably trying to live his life in his timeline where it's probably peaceful and there's no assholes trying to blow up the universe. And Bardock died a long time ago. We're not even going to count the whole episode of Bardock thing. Like, Bardock died on Planet Vegeta. So it wouldn't make much sense to bring either of them back, and nor do I really see them fitting into the story of what, you know, has been done with Super so far. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. So no Bardock, no Broly, no Future Trunks, no freaking Cell. I don't know. No one's coming back. This is all going to be new content, and the last thing I feel like Toriyama wants to do is bring back old stuff from the past. So that's what I think is going to happen. Watch me be wrong one day. But either way, again, this is just what I think right now. Abhinav wants to know, which I hope I said your name right, who do you think would win, LeLouch from Code Geass or Light from Death Note? Well, let's see. We got Light here. Look at that. Light. And we have LeLouch from Code Geass. And honestly, it comes down to two situations. If Light obviously knows LeLouch's name, it will be a no-brainer. He would just write his name in a Death Note, and it'll be pretty much a wrap easily. But at the same time, I feel like that'll be too easy, and if they get thrown into the same room with each other, he doesn't have the Shinigami eyes. He would basically have to trick LeLouch into, you know, telling him his name, which LeLouch probably wouldn't tell him his name. But that said, since he can just basically control him with his eyeball, ultimately I feel like LeLouch would just look him in the eye and be like, hey, yo, go kill yourself, and then that would be the wrap. So for now, LeLouch. But if Light had better access to figure out his name, then definitely Light, because I feel like Light is way smarter and more brilliant than LeLouch, and that's what his special ability is. Like, the fact that Light is brilliant is what makes him such a threat. Whereas, even though LeLouch is pretty brilliant too, I feel like, again, he has a better advantage here with his brilliance and his Death Note. But again, without a name, he can't do anything, so LeLouch is the victor for here. If you want to actually contest this or debate this, feel free to do so in the comments below, because I know a lot of people talked about Hiei versus Itachi in my last video, so feel free to go ham in the comment section below. LeLouch or Light, who's going to win? I don't know, you tell me. Derek wants to know, what do you think if Toriyama puts Super Mira from Dragon Ball Heroes into Dragon Ball Super? Well, I guess it would be cool. I think Super Mira's design is awesome, but at the same time, I like the new stuff. I mean, on top of that, I feel like Hits, which is one of the warriors in Universe 6, he's essentially a clone of Mira in a way, just because they kind of have the same outfit, not the same face, but same outfit. It reminds me of Mira's outfit, and I feel like it'd be kind of the same thing. But at the same time, I wouldn't mind seeing Mira in the series as well, just because I like his design, I like what he is like doing, what his story is, so it's up in the air. I mean, again, at this point, I'm just enjoying Dragon Ball Super the way it's thrown at me. So whatever direction Toriyama decides to go, I will enjoy, as long as it's good, of course, obviously. But whatever he brings at us, I'm ready for it, essentially. And that's where I'm at in that stance, I guess. The Gaming Taco HD says, what anime are you most looking forward to this year? For me, it has to be Attack on Titan. I just started watching this anime called Erased. It has 4 episodes out as of right now, with a 5th one coming out this week. I think it's a short one, but I'm really hooked on it. And I'm probably more hyped about that one than anything, just because I started it and I'm like halfway through it or whatever, and I just want to see what happens next. It's really much, it's one of those anime that keeps you on the edge of your seat. So I'd say that for now, but as far as anything else, I just kind of watch what comes out. Like, I can't really predict what's going to be the best anime of 2016. Whatever comes out, whatever I watch, whatever I like, is kind of like how I gauge what's awesome this year. So I have nothing that I really look forward to, but right now I'm hyped about Erased. Which, by the way, check out Erased. Trust me, you will not go wrong with it. Alejandro wants to know, have you watched Tokyo Ghoul and read the manga? If so, which one do you like more? Because the anime and the manga are totally different. I heard that they're completely different, and I have not read the manga. However, I have watched the anime, and I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know what it is. I think just the idea of the whole eating people thing, monster society type of thing, that kind of turned me away from the series. When I first found out about Tokyo Ghoul, I expected it to be kind of like, there's like the ghouls every now and then, but then when I found out there's like a huge society of them just living under the, I guess, noses of everybody else, it kind of turned me off from it. And because of that, I kind of stopped watching it. On top of that, I didn't really get hooked on it at all in the first like 7 episodes that I saw of it, so I dropped it. But I might check out the manga because, like I said, I heard that it's different, and you yourself said it's different. So I guess ask me in a couple weeks if I, jump into the manga, what I like better, if I even like it, I should say. But I'm not a big fan of Tokyo Ghoul, so sorry. Lewis Connor wants to know, are you considering covering other mainstream anime like One Piece or Bleach? And the answer is yes and no. I say yes because I'm going to cover basically the games, which is why I've been doing stuff like One Piece Burning Blood, Attack on Titan the game, obviously all Dragon Ball games, and Naruto as well on the side sometimes. When it comes to the games, anytime a major anime game gets announced, I'll talk about it on my channel. As far as the actual series and doing episode reviews and stuff like that, I don't want to jump into that just yet, and that's mostly because Japan doesn't understand YouTube culture. To them, all they see YouTube is as a platform where people upload free episodes and clips that other people consume for free, and basically that takes money out their pockets. That's how they view YouTube, which is why their biggest market is Japan. Every time Japan does anything, they mostly release it in Japan first, and then they kind of push it to the rest of the world later. And until they realize that, you know, YouTube is actually a good thing for them, where you have people that promote their products for free through reviews and gameplay and stuff like that, it's kind of like going to be a back and forth where just Japan will keep attacking the YouTube community in the anime world, where they send out strikes and stuff like that. So until that's more safer, I'm going to do what I do now, but for the future, I definitely do want to do more anime stuff once it's okay with Japan, once they understand it. But then again, that could take a long time, because again, they're very much behind in what the YouTube culture actually does and how it's actually beneficial to them. And until that happens, I don't know, I'm just going to do what I do. The final question, and this is actually going to be a really fun one, from Ben Productions: what power would you rather have? Invisibility, super speed, superhuman strength, or teleportation? Definitely teleportation, actually. I'll tell you right now from the start, teleportation would be the most funnest power to have out of anything. Because think about it, you don't have to have a car, you can go around the whole world whenever you want, you can probably go into other planets as well, although it might be kind of dangerous because you can just pop in there and then gasp for air and die, which I probably wouldn't do that. But being able to teleport across the whole world and just see stuff would be amazing. Like, that would be a once in a lifetime opportunity. Invisibility, it'd be cool for, you know, an X amount of time for pranks and stuff like that, and then I feel like after that there's gonna be no real use for it. Super speed, again, super speed would just be kind of lame. It could be cool, but at the same time, I'd rather just be able to poof back and forth and just see stuff across the world, and then that'd be awesome. On top of that, if I had the power to teleport, I would start a business, Rhymestyle Travels. Go anywhere across the world right now. I'll charge like very, very cheap, like $500 or so, and I will basically take anybody across the universe, across the planet here and there, and that'll be my new business. That'll be a lot of fun to do. Superhuman strength could be fun, but again, I feel like, you know, it's just kind of lame as opposed to the potential teleportation. Now let me ask you guys, which power would you choose from these, and what will be the thing you want to do with it? Comment that below, and let's see what the community thinks. So yeah, but yeah, Ben, teleportation for me. What about you? Tell me yourself what you want in the comment section below. Yeah. Anyway, so that is my Q&A for today. Again, if you want to add a question for the next Q&A, just feel free to do so. Ask me anything below, and then in a couple weeks when I do my next one, I'll just grab questions from this video and do the same thing I've been doing for the last couple weeks. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like rating below, and any other questions, comments, feedback, just drop it below as well, and we'll take it from there. As always, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Rhymestyle, and I will see all you awesome super sandwiches in the comment section below. Peace.